Hi pupils, welcome to today's lesson on the water cycle. Before we start our lesson proper, in your worksheet, do take some time to think and list down the different places that you can find water. For example, the Singapore River. In the meanwhile, you may pause the video to record your answers. Welcome back. In today's lesson, we are going to learn how water is constantly being used and reused through water cycle. Water cycle is also the continuous movement of water from the Earth's surface into the air and back again. We have learned that water can exist in three interchangeable states. They are the solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. In the solid state, water can exist in the form of ice or snow. In the liquid state, water can exist just like part of our drinking water. And finally, in the gaseous state, water exists in the form of water vapor. So, have you ever wondered what causes the changes in the different states of water? Do click on this link to watch the YouTube video. In this video, they will explain to you how the movement of water molecules will result in the change of the different states of water. Welcome back. I hope you have enjoyed the video. So in the video, they explain that heat energy directly influences the movement of water molecules. When there is an increase in heat energy, the movement of the molecules will also increase. Water will then change from solid state to liquid state and finally to gaseous state. When water changes from one state to another, water in its different states will also move from one location to another. For example, glaciers melt into pools which overflow to streams, from which water may evaporate into the atmosphere. Although unseen, water's most dramatic movements take place during its gaseous phase. Water is constantly evaporating, changing from a liquid to a gas. As a water vapor, it travels through the atmosphere over Earth's surface. In fact, water vapor surrounds us all the time. When water vapor rises into the air, it loses heat and cools as the air higher up in the sky is colder. The water vapor then condenses into tiny water droplets that gather together to form clouds. However, it is not always the case that the water vapor will condense into water droplets that will gather together to form clouds. Other examples of water condensation can be seen as dew on the plants in the early morning, or it can also be seen as water droplets found on the outside of a cold glass of water. Humans and other animals also carry water within their bodies, transporting it from one location to another. Water is either directly drank by animals or is removed from food during digestion. After we have taken in the water, obviously water must be excreted out of the body. So water can be excreted out in the form of liquid, for example, our urine, or it can also leave in the form of a gaseous state, usually through the process of respiration. When water is present on the skin of an animal, for example, as perspiration, evaporation will then occur. This explains why the perspiration on our skin will disappear or it will evaporate after some time. The greatest movers of water among living organisms are plants. The roots of the plants absorb water. Some of this water is used within the body of the plant, but most of it will travel up through the plant to the leaf surface. When the water reaches the leaves, it is exposed to the air and the sun's energy. From there, water is then evaporated into water vapor. This process is also known as transpiration. All these processes of evaporation and condensation We'll work together to move water around, through and over the earth. The constant cycle of the water cycle will then ensure us a supply of clean, drinkable water. Let's click on this link to direct you to the YouTube video on the magic school bus. In the video, you will learn more about the processes that's occurring in the water cycle. Welcome back. I hope you have enjoyed the video. We have come to the end of today's lesson. Before you go, in the activity sheet, do label the different processes in the water cycle. Remember to hand in your worksheet to your teacher the next day. That's all. Goodbye, and I hope to see you again.